President William Ruto has announced plans to explore Finland's healthcare model as part of efforts to strengthen Kenya's health system.
Hosting Finnish President Alexander Stubb on his historic visit to Kenya, President Ruto said that Nordic nations' healthcare framework could offer critical solutions to service delivery challenges facing that sector.
The two leaders committed to deepening collaboration in education, tourism, labor, trade, environment, and technology.
Kamchemeza puts that story in perspective.
Monday morning at State House, Nairobi. A moment of history as Kenya welcomed President Alexander Stubb, the first Finnish head of state to visit the country. President Alexander Stubb, accompanied by his spouse Susan Stubb, was received by President William Ruto and First Lady Mama Rachel Ruto, marking 60 years of Kenya-Finland diplomatic relations. A 21-gun salute and inspection of a guard of honor followed, symbols of respect and shared values between the two nations. At the center of bilateral discussions between the two leaders was healthcare, where Kenya is seeking to borrow from Finland's robust universal system.
I commended Finland's exemplary universal health care system and updated His Excellency the President on Kenya's progress under Taifa Care, our universal health coverage initiative. We agreed to share experiences and explore joint efforts to address health challenges and improve service delivery.
Other priority areas include education, technology, trade, and investment and forestry sectors.
And I'm sure that countries which might be far away but still in the same time zone will have many opportunities to cooperate together. And I don't say this just as a diplomatic nicety. Finland is seeking close partners, and Kenya will certainly be one of them.
President Ruto also addressed a recent incident where Kenyan students were left stranded in Finland.
It was a very unfortunate situation, and some officials in Kenya are undergoing accountability mechanisms to make sure that whatever happened to those students, whoever was involved, are held to account. But on a positive note, the universities in Finland were kind enough to accommodate the students and to provide for them to conclude their education on an agreed framework.
Two key memorandum of understanding were also signed to guide conduct of political and diplomatic consultations, and the second one on peace and conflict resolution. The leaders also reflected on the shifting global landscape.
We have to remember that democracy is something that you not only have to protect, but you have to work at all times. And I think William and I share that goal. And we feel very strongly that working towards more liberal democratic societies where the rule of law is the basis and foundation, where human rights are at the center of whatever we do, is the best way to push the dossier forward.
Reiterating his stand on upholding human rights, President Ruto affirmed his administration's commitment to ending enforced abductions.
All the people who disappeared or who are abducted in what you said, all of them have been brought back to their families and to their homes. And I have given clarity and firm instructions that nothing of that kind of nature will happen again.
President Alexander is in the country for a 3-day state visit. As Finland remains a key development partner to Kenya in Europe, the sectors targeted remain critical in Kenya's development. Kamchemeza for Prime Edition at State House, Nairobi.